Hello YouTube. Once again, it's Candyman 736, and I haven't done a video in a while, and I thought I'd go back and revisit my Maxpedition mini carrier, my pocket organizer, I guess is what it's called. I did a video on this about 7 years ago, and I've carried this with me about every day since. It rides in my backpack, occasionally in the hip pocket of my cargo pants. But it has changed. Some, and others, well, parts of it have changed, and others have changed or stayed the same. If you watch the original video, I had some things in there that probably wouldn't go on an airplane if TSA spotted it. You know, I had a lighter in there. I had I think a couple other things. I had a multi-tool in there. I've since, changed my philosophy on this, and I was carrying like some instant coffee, but I just really never had a good. It really wasn't ever convenient to mix instant coffee. Even if I had it with me, so I just quit carrying that. It wasn't really worth my wasn't worth the space and weight, I guess. But let's go through it. Before I do that, the philosophy of this kit is not to escape the zombie apocalypse or anything. It's just to deal with everyday life, in particularly more of an urban environment, particularly maybe more of an office type environment. I tend to work out of my house or at coffee shops occasionally, so I want to have things with me that I probably wouldn't be able to rely on finding in the office. If you work in an office, you can probably find a USB cord or a cable or a way to charge your phone if you needed to. I don't. Working from home has its advantages, but that's not one of them. So I have to be a little bit more self-sufficient. Anyway, I've yammered on enough here. Let's go through it. On the outside of this, and it's almost too tight to get out of here, but I still have the Fresnel lens. I think it's a little bit different one than was in the original kit, but it's the same basic idea. Lets me see things close up. It helps you read the fine print on those contracts. Again, on the back, and I've had this the whole time. I have an S-Beaner, a Night Eyes S-Beaner clip, so I can clip something onto this, or clip this onto something if I need to. I've rarely used that, but there's been a couple times it's really been handy. Now, on the inside, it is where you're going to start noticing differences if you looked at the original one, the original video I did. In here, it's just pretty basic, and most of this kit, most of it is to carry this sucker. It's a RAV power power bank. It's got about I forget the milliamp hours, but it's pretty beefy. It charges by USB-C or micro USB, or both even. So it'll charge up fairly quick for what it is, and it gives power helps me charge my phone and have plenty to spare. I also have, and this is probably a bit of a luxury, that this nice cloth braided USB cable. It's good and long. It also has an adapter on here to go from USB-C to micro USB. But I could certainly carry something that's a little bit less profile. But you know what? I use this enough, and I can squeeze it in here. I have just enough space to deal with it. It's fine, but it's what I chose to use my space budget for. So on here, and I had these before, or I had like this micro SD card adapter that works as a USB thumb drive. I still have that. I also have another thumb drive. This is a Type A USB, and on this side it's a Type C, I believe, a Type C there. So another thumb drive. So good capabilities there. Now, so this kit is designed to supplement my phone mostly, and maybe some other things I have in my pocket. And so that's kind of the philosophy I've had is, hey, what if I'm going to take my phone with me, I need something extra. What am I going to carry? Well, obviously it's a battery, a USB cord, but I also have Fisher Space Pen. You've seen these, I'm sure. Pretty common. Nice, bulletproof. I also have the mini Sharpie. Carry that with me. Also, a little bit of backstory. I had recently, within the last year, I switched from using in-ear headphones. I used in-ear headphones almost exclusively for years. But the problem was, is it ended up packing a whole bunch of earwax down, and it was just a real problem for me to deal with. And I had to go, to the clinic and everything and have them irrigate. Anyway, TMI, sorry, but it wasn't pleasant. And so to deal with that, to cope with that a little better, I have switched to wearing over-the-ear headphones, or on-the-ear headphones, technically. And so I've been wearing those. But if the battery ever goes bad on them, I may still want to use them and just plug them in to the phone. It's one of the nice things about earbuds is you just plug it. You don't need to worry about a separate battery. You don't need to worry about syncing with the Bluetooth. You just plug it in and go. So since I don't have that capability anymore, since I don't have the headphone, the earbuds anymore, I still wanted the capability, and so I carry this cable with me in this kit, and this cable, this end goes into the phone because it's got the three sections, so the microphone and then the left and right channel. This end actually goes into the cell, or goes into the headphone itself for the left and right channel in the ears. There's a little built-in microphone, and I just carry this rides along with me just fine here. And so when not if my headphone battery runs down, or I just don't want to use it anymore, I take this out, and I'm good to go. As a last resort, though, I still do have earbuds. And so I may still use these on occasion, but so I carry them with me, and if I need them, I got them. Again, in here, as before, this is one that's been along with me for a while. This is my little mini Altoids tin where I've got prescription, well, not so much prescription, but comfort meds, allergy pill, headache medicine, that type of deal, all in here. So I think may have some headphones in here too, or some earplugs. Sorry. Now I do have a little Kleenex and a folded up. I think it's a $10 bill. But yeah, just various medicines in there, and I have the Kleenex in there. Is really more to keep stuff from rattling around in there, keep everything stable. But if I need a half a Kleenex sometime, I guess I have one. Again, as before, I carry a little mini first aid kit that's good for about a cut. It's not going to do a whole lot more than dealing with a small cut, but you know, it's better than nothing. Here I've got what I believe, yes, this is my emergency wallet, and I carry a little bit of cash. I carry one credit card in a RFID envelope. I don't want to have all my credit card information in here, but I do have one in case I really need it. And this is handy if I forget my wallet, or if I just leave it in the car, leave it at home. I've got this with me, and it's also got photocopies of other important documents like my passport, my driver's license, insurance card, so on. This is just a microfiber cloth. It's obviously been flattened, but you know, it should still work. So, and here's a folded up paper towel and ready to go. You know, I keep forgetting I have this because there's been a couple times I probably would have taken it out and used it if I remembered I have it, but it's in there. It's just a paper towel folded up in a jewelry baggie. And I think, yep, that is it with regard to this Maxpedition. This thing is really bulletproof. I mean, it's I'm not taking it in and out of my pockets a lot, so I wouldn't expect there to be much wear on this. But you know, I've had it 7 years too, so and it's gone, and it's gone around with me. It's I mentioned earlier, you know, I made it TSA compliant because it travels in my backpack. I like to have one backpack, and maybe I'll do another video on that to travel with. And I like to keep things TSA friendly in my carry. If you know, I do carry a pocket knife with me, but I carry that in my pocket generally. And so if I ever go to the airport, then I will just leave my pocket knife in the car and not take it with. So, but that way I don't have to go through my backpack or all my little mini kits like this and try to figure out where I've got a pocket knife or something that isn't going to be compliant for carry-on travel. Anyway, again, thanks for watching this video. It's been a while, but thanks again. Candyman 736 signing off.